in the swimming pool. She come right up to me. I'm swimming. Okay, here we go. It's perfect. Okay. It's like November, what is it? November 6th or something. It's like 3 in the morning. It's perfect. 3 in the morning. There we go, right? November. So the Kennedy assassination is coming up. The anniversary. I guess last year was a big one. That would have been 60 years. God, it's crazy. So it'd be 61 years. I was born the year after. So it's going to be like 61 years. November 22 or something like that. Okay, so I titled this video probably, Oswald was a lone gunman. You know, because I've been thinking about it. And from listening to him, like, presuming that's good, like him on the radio, he's like MI6. He's got that MI6 duck speak. And just certain things, and where things might come from. And a lot of this is because I'm from back then. I mean, I'm like 20 years later, I guess. What would you say? But I was born that year after. And so, okay, so he's a lone gunman. And all that other stuff is like they put that in on purpose. Every kind of error, every kind of naughty face, every kind of doodad, every kind of stuff in the Warren Commission. And it's all that. Because you never hear about it. Like really, like who's behind it. Like what governments are behind it. You know, you like hear Lyndon Johnson and the faction and nothing gets analyzed. Nothing gets put together with other stuff. And, you know, they got to keep saying, you know, it's got to be more. And, but really he'd be up there. That would be good, I guess. Like he's a master. They would have had it. And then if you start thinking he is the lone one, and you're doing a conspiracy theory, you're investigating, not believing their lies. Like you start getting like, how can he get that training? But it's so obvious. He's in the Marines and he defects. Okay, so he's in MI6 from the beginning. And I think it's even that. I don't think it's even from the American government initially. God, when he was a kid riding around New York City, like on the subway and all that. And they'd run him on stuff. Like when you're doing that, they'll run you on stuff too, up against the consulate and everyone's like thinking, you know, it's all a big confusion. They'll use you anyway. You're just part of the thing. But like you play hooky and do that. And so it'd be like he's like solid MI6, gets cultivated. He goes into the Marines, he joins the Marines. And he's got some little fuckadoodle, this and that. And it's not like the Marines can be like, man, let's put him in our secret thing. It's never even that. He like puts his foot in the door. He like what do you call it when you're not invited to a party? Like that's one of the things. I think to really do good, this theory would be like it's clean. He's clean MI6, right? Like clean. Like so he goes in the Marines, and you don't even have any American stuff or parts in the know. And then he's in the Marines. His brother, uncle's like something, but then he defects, right? He fucks around and defects. And then so you're always looking, oh, I gotta be some super secret agent. Nope, nothing in America. Everything clean, right? And then, like, he fucks around, drops out of this or that, and then he defects. And that's just MI6. And the State Department's like, oh, what the hell do we do? Are we running in with CIA or something? And it's like the British, right? And they can kind of push on their angle and introduce and be like, whatever, man. So he's over in Russia, and the Russians are all like, what the hell? And you go to the State Department lady or whatever the fuck it is, and they're like, honestly flabbergasted, and their CIA guy isn't lying to them. We don't fucking know. It's like MI6, okay? And that's even before they think it. And they would come off friendly off World War II. So I don't know when he was doing that stuff. Probably in the late 50s. Defecting to Russia, okay? So he's MI6, comes back, and he's like, God, they even keep him clean and fuck around, or God knows what, we don't know, or like some, but they can connect it that way. The MI6 can come in and connect in all their little like naughty stuff, and all their Eisenhower, because it's Eisenhower who did it. Eisenhower and the whole thing, but it's like run by Britain. Okay, so he's clean, right? And they've been training him. They afterwards they train him, so he's like a master. He can do the shit, and that's how it is. That's how it went down, like that. And then all the guys he's living with, the Quakers and shit, they're even playing them, like putting them, because they're not supposed to get some shit. Because I was listening to him on the radio, and he's full of shit. And then when I see him, like, I'm a patsy, you see a couple things, and you guys down in Florida will know, like, that's just this, it's like this cheesy thing. He's like, I'm pressed, and it's a certain line, and it's fucking weird, and it's just, like, it's like some guy in the fucking parking lot at Publix who runs by you and says that. Down here in Cape Coral, and he's all the way good to go. He could even be like he dies, and he'll just whatever, or he's like hoping to get out or something that doesn't work that way, but he might just know. And he's got like they work him in his head, however the fuck it works, and that's what it is, and that's why we're all barking up the wrong tree. All this stuff's fake. All the every website, every doodad gets infiltrated or just is the fake thing, because they never say what it really is. It's the government. It's like planned out in the Eisenhower administration by the British. The Americans go along with it and get all their money and their shit. And it's like a total coup. It's like the boom, kick foot in the door, kick the door in. I mean, whole leg go through the door, whole fucking like drop kick, both feet. And the guy's still coming into the room onto the couch. That shit through the door, like everyone in Chicago getting rolled. That's what it is. And then you look at the parts, like you have to have him be a master. And like, what the hell is it? Oh, a limo, open top. Now you gotta fuck around on the bottom too. It's like, what, man? You gotta get more on the top, man. You already got the shit. You get the limo driver who's gonna stop. And then, how are that, because I look at America's Untold Stories. That's MI6, of course. Those guys and the whole fake thing. One guy comes from National Lampoon, but they probably CGI him or shit. Or they don't give a fuck. They'll fucking make the video then CGI. Actually, YouTube could be processing my shit. I'm fucking old. Like you can't tell. Redo it. But you can't tell which is which comes first, the chicken or the egg. Like, yeah, so they're saying something like it has to work, otherwise, like if it gets like noticed, like it's gonna be everyone's gonna be in trouble. But it's probably so hands off, and it can fall, and it can fail, and be like Oswald alone and some weird shit. He's off to the side. He's so off to the side, and yeah, and because like they said the smart thing, the limo driver, he has to stop, and that is it breaks all these protocols, and you can kind of like say like, hey, I felt so bad for everyone, they just stopped the car, I worried they're gonna fall out. Like, oh, the bullet's coming down, I thought it was only fall out, so they stopped. And then that guy, and he has to stay like that. They would have told him if he doesn't, he gets they do him, and that would be for sure. And and it's all good. And so there's that part, which has got to be a thing. And then it would just be coming, raining down from on top. Maybe they would have done more windows and stuff, and they got all this stuff on the ground, like all to just fake out, whatever the hell, or even it could have been some real shit that would get activated in a certain circumstance. But then you have Oswald. He probably did do Officer Tippett too, probably like right, and then they're going like, hey, he didn't do that. He couldn't. It could be he does, and then they fuck around with the other part. Now so many things, you can't believe any of this stuff, and it probably has to do with Tampa too. On America's Untold Stories, it said it's like a Daily Plaza type scenario there, and then they named the Lafayette Street Kennedy Street, like a month after assassination. That's where they said they might have done it there. But that's even probably all weird fake out. And those guys that heard something in a hotel room, those cops that were bugging something, and they heard people talk about it. That's probably all just like all kind of layers of stuff. That's all like what they put, everything. That's what MI6 put. And they probably would do Tampa, and even if it's like not bad, it's like keep your friends closer, your enemies closer. And yeah. Damn, or even just so I guess that's about it, right? Like fuck. Yeah, okay, so like I see Oswald, he reminds me of stuff, and I call him my six. Like a couple kids I've known, are just kind of ideas. And like even just he's walking around, it seems like he'd walk through, like be smiling, kind of like and I've said this before, that kid that played the role of Tom Sawyer, maybe in 1972, 70, wait, was it 74? 74 or 76 or something like that. The Tom Sawyer with the orange hair. I think he was, like he's cheerful. Or those kids on Sigmund and the Sea Monster. A little bit, that certain kind of thing. And it reminds me, a kid I knew, sort of like that. And then my next door neighbor, my best friend, when I was like, and I don't know, that's just probably off the top. That's probably just crazy stuff. My next door neighbor. The only best friend I ever had. Only knew him for like a year though. Or maybe 3.5 to 5.5, 2 years. Probably did do 3.5 to 5.5. Or if anyone was, I would think that, because he reminds me of that stuff. A certain happiness, and it's something, yeah. And it was just a memory I have. I should put this on my dysfunctional CIA family, though. I'll save this, because I know my shit. I got fucking, man, I packed away that memory, too, man, of his mom. But never mind about that. But, like, it might be nothing. Damn, man. No, man. Jeez, it was, dudes, it was. Isn't that funny? And I think that's where the FBI would be parked in front of our house. I think it was that house. So we lived there a good long while. And that's where the Bobby Kennedy thing, when that happened, I think we were there. I think we were at that house already. Yeah. Okay, so so Oswald, he'd be all up in the fucking subway, and they'd be working since he was a kid, and he's just some known thing, so that's that, and that's why it's so fucking squirrely and weird. And I listen to him talking, if that's presumed as him. He's got his MI6 duck speak. Because, like, he'll get it, all this fucking shit he goes through, but it's just fucking weird. I don't think that shit comes from America. Or the thing, it gets to the sorts of universities. And I think you'd have Austin. Austin knew Texas be all the way back. I was saying, like, Austin. I should make another video. I should go on to my... Yes, right? So that's how we should be looking at it. And it was like MI6, and they get it all good with, you know, Eisenhower, the whole thing, backing it up. And so all these years we're fucking around, going around, barking up the wrong tree. It's right in front of your face, and no one says, how do you get all that training? How does he get that master training? How do they get it so they'll dare to do that? Because nothing fucks up. And how do they do it? He's going to come in a little bit and not fuck up. And maybe he's just... It's another thing, you know, like the nerd with a really good looking girlfriend. Like Snowden's like that too, isn't he? And that's always in MI6. Like I knew that shit from up in Boston. This guy, like 4 of them that went to his funeral, I heard. But I don't think he's dead.